Hey guys, it's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe. Don't mind the dryer going in the background. I wanted to briefly talk about two movies that I recently revisited that I really enjoy, and I think the first one has a little mainstream exposure, but is definitely a little gritty, and that is Freeway and Freeway 2: Confessions of a Trick Baby. So this is the 4K Ultra HD version from Vinegar Syndrome. This came out fairly recently. It has the Blu-ray and the UHD disc and reversible artwork all nicely done up. To make a long story short, both films are done by Matthew Bright. And this is a very loose take on Little Red Riding Hood. I almost said Robin Hood. Little Red Riding Hood. And it's about a very white trash Reese Witherspoon in one of her probably first roles. Her boyfriend gets killed. She runs away from, I think it's Child Protective Services, and her mother is a prostitute who gets arrested. Just crazy. Just like really the worst things that can happen. She doesn't help herself. She puts herself in these bad situations. She ends up stealing a car from Child Protective Services and getting picked up by Kiefer Sutherland. So two pretty big names in this film. And it's funny because you wouldn't really expect these type of names to be associated with this film, though Kiefer Sutherland has played kind of a nut job before, so that's cool. Picks her up, and he is supposedly, I don't want to give away too much, supposedly a local serial killer who's been picking up prostitutes on the highway. Hence the name Freeway. Carnage and craziness ensues. She ends up in prison. Everyone's kind of a creep for the most part. Some of the cops are okay. She's fighting in prison. Everything's very overtly blunt, sexual, vulgar. It's just a fun ride. And it ties into the whole, again, Little Red Riding Hood fairy tale very slightly. If you haven't seen this and you like sort of gritty, dirty movies, I would recommend Freeway. It's a solid 7 out of 10 for me. I think it's a good movie. It's got way more Hollywood names attached to it and well done atmosphere than it has any right to be. It should have been like a crappy B movie, you know what I mean? But it's not. It's done pretty well. So then they made a sequel. I do not have the Vinegar Syndrome 4K of that one. This is just the Dark Force Entertainment Blu-ray that came out years ago. I actually prefer this one, I think. I'd give this one probably an 8 out of 10. It's grosser, it's a little grimier, it comes off as a little bit more low budget and schlocky, and for some reason I just like that. I also have a little thing for Natasha Lyonne. I don't know why. She's my Star of David to bear, but I think she's attractive in like kind of a trashy way. She plays trashy roles very well. You'll know her from American Pie, Anti-Birth, Orange is the New Black. She plays unrelated. She played to the first film. She plays a girl named, I can't think of her real name. They call her White Girl. And she gets arrested and she hooks up with a Hispanic girl in prison. And she goes on pretty much like just a killing spree, sort of like across state lines. She escapes prison. They end up in Mexico. And they're trying to find, loosely, they're trying to find this nun who the Spanish girl grew up with, who took care of her and treated her right. And this loosely ties to Hansel and Gretel. So it has a little bit of that fairy tale stuff going on. Again, everyone is vulgar and gross. Everyone's bad and out for themselves. Overtly sexual. Lots of nudity. Just like a warped sense of a fairy tale. But for some reason I like this one more. I think maybe because it's just not as well done. It's a little bit more, again, like B-movie-esque. If you haven't seen these films, I would highly recommend them for horror buffs, for maybe sleaze buffs. I mean, they're not like sleazy like pornography, but who like sleazy movies and gratuitous violence and gore and sleaze and stuff. They're just cool films. He went on to do a movie called Tiptoes that I watched the other night on Amazon Prime. Don't watch it. It's about Matthew McConaughey falling in love with Kate Beckinsale. And he gets her pregnant, and they get married. and his whole family are little people. He's the only normal-sized person. It sounds insane and funny, and it's not. It's depressing, and you don't know where the movie's going to go. It's going to be comedic or dark, or it just, the tone is all off. Don't watch Tiptoes. I'm shocked that Matthew Bright did that movie and did these. But he did say that his original cut of that movie was awesome, and then they chopped it up and made it something totally different and then kind of ruined the film. So maybe I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. But these two, chef's kiss. Check out Freeway 1 and 2 if you haven't seen them. This one was streaming on, I think, Prime and Tubi. This one might still be on Tubi with ads, you know. But both fun, both worth a watch. Most people like this one more. I like 2 better. Grimier. Let me know, guys, if you've seen Freeway 1 and 2. I think they're just great fun. Thanks, guys, for watching. It's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe. Be good.